everyone, I'm Caitlin with Maria Osorio Immigration Attorneys, and today I wanted to talk about a question that I get a lot from potential clients, which is how can I change my attorney, or am I allowed to change my attorney? And the answer to this is always yes. Even if I'm your attorney, you're allowed to change your attorney for pretty much any reason that you want because you're the customer. A lot of times people start with an attorney and turns out that the relationship isn't what they expected. They're not getting what they want out of the attorney and they want to start working with a new attorney, but they don't know what their rights are. As I mentioned before, when you're the client, you're the customer. So you pick your attorney. You have the right to choose your immigration attorney and you don't have to stay with them for your entire process. And so if you decide that you do want to change attorneys, it's actually a really simple process. You just need to let your attorney know that you're going to go with another attorney or you're going to go by yourself or whatever it is you want to do, and that you don't want to continue your contract with them. And then you can also ask them to give you a copy of your file or send a copy of your file to your new attorney. And so the actual process for this is usually you have to get your own file, or you at least have to be involved in the process of getting your own file, because your old lawyer has a duty of confidentiality to you. So they're not going to give your new lawyer any information about you unless you authorize it. And you usually have to authorize it in writing. So there will be that step. You have to at least communicate to your old attorney that you no longer want to work with him or her. And so a lot of times people ask me, well, how do I get my file? Or my old attorney has all my documents and I don't know what to do. And so this is not something that generally you need to worry about, because as the client, the copy of your file is always yours. The copy of your file includes any notifications or communication from the government, anything that your attorney has already filed on your behalf, and anything that you originally gave the attorney. So it doesn't include things that the attorney is in the process of working on. So say, for example, your attorney is in the middle of writing you a legal brief and it's not finished and it hasn't been filed. She doesn't have to include that in the copy of your file. So this is something to keep in mind when deciding whether or not you are ready to switch attorneys, is how much work has been done on your case and whether or not the relationship with your attorney is fixable. Sometimes people come to me for like a second opinion, and they'll say, my case has been pending for X amount of time. And then we look it up together and we find that that's actually the normal amount of time for their case to be pending. So sometimes something is a problem with the lawyer, and sometimes it's just a problem that the lawyer has no control over, like certain wait times. You want to be sure that if you are unhappy with your lawyer, that the situation will actually change if you move to a new lawyer. Because, for example, if you leave your old lawyer because your case is taking too long to process, but the case is actually within processing times, then you're just going to run into the same problems with a new lawyer. Like I said, if there is like a breakdown in communication, your lawyer is not getting in touch with you, or you simply don't feel comfortable with your lawyer, you have the absolute right to switch attorneys, and your new attorney can help you with that process. When it comes to actual money and what you've paid your old attorney versus your new attorney, unfortunately, that's going to be between you and your old attorney, and then separately between you and your new attorney. The attorneys are generally not going to communicate about that together. As a general rule, when you fire an attorney, he or she will keep the amount of money that they've already earned on your case. So if your case is a 4-step process and they've already done 2 steps, they're probably going to keep 2 steps worth of earnings in your case. And then you'll have to sign a new contract with your new attorney. This is just a question that I get a lot, so thought I would give you a rundown. So yes, you have the right to switch attorneys. Your lawyer will give you a copy of your file because it's your property, and sometimes you will get a refund and sometimes you won't, depending on the specific circumstances of your case. So if you are unhappy with your lawyer, then that would be the process for switching. But then, like with any relationship in life, see if you can fix it with your lawyer. If it's an easy fix, like I feel like it's really hard to get a hold of you, maybe you can speak directly to your lawyer about that. But then if it's something different, like your lawyer actually can't represent you in a specific matter, then you know it's time to switch and that's very doable. All right, thanks for joining me today.